All right, folks, strap in. We need to talk. The Genshin Impact rumor mill is back at it again, and this time it's dropped a bomb about one of the game's biggest annual events that has the entire community absolutely divided. I'm talking about the first major leaks for the Rite Festival in version 6.3. Now, we all love the free Primogems, but this year, according to a new post from the usually reliable source HXG, who, by the way, credited their info to DK2, the festival is supposedly bringing way more to the table. We're talking 2 brand new character skins, one for Neuvillette and one for Chongyun, alongside a brand new 4-star character inspired by traditional Chinese culture, which has become a staple for this event. But as you can probably imagine, this news has ignited one of the loudest and most passionate debates we've seen in months. Save up to 25% on the current banners at lootbar.gg, especially for the Nod Cry release. LootBar is offering the all-in-one pack and the 6,480 pack for only $69 compared to $100 in-game. That's a $31 saving. I just entered my UID and selected my server. In less than 5 minutes, the gems appeared in my account. As you can see, I received double the amount for my first purchase, just like with in-game top-ups. And remember, the double bonus for your first purchase has been reset in 6.0. Beyond Genshin, you can also top up in Honkai Star Rail. LootBar has over 100,000 satisfied users and also supports PS5 and Xbox top-ups. New users can get an extra 10% discount, while returning users get 5%. The link is in the description. Before we get into the crazy new Rite leaks that are literally dividing the Genshin community, I've got a quick and awesome announcement. We are racing towards 300 subscribers on this channel, and to celebrate, I'm going to be giving away 3 Welkin Moons to 3 lucky winners. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment down below with your thoughts on today's topic. It's that simple. The winners will be announced once we hit that milestone, so make sure you get your entries in. All right, with that out of the way, let's get into the drama. Why the chaos? Well, for the 5th year in a row, it looks like 2 of Liu's most beloved sons, Zhongli and Xiao, are being skipped over for a festival skin, again. The fan base is, to put it mildly, feeling some type of way about it. So in this video, we're going to unpack everything. What do these leaks mean for the next Rite? What else can we expect from version 6.3? And why is the reaction so incredibly split this time around? Now, for any newer travelers in the audience, let me set the stage. The Rite is basically Genshin Impact's Super Bowl. It's Liyue's Lunar New Year celebration, packed with fireworks, fun mini-games, epic story cutscenes, and, let's be real, the thing we all care about most, a ridiculous amount of free rewards. Historically, this festival always drops in the game version that runs from late January through February. If we follow the current patch schedule, version 6.3 is perfectly lined up for that exact window, from early January to mid-February of 2026. This timing checks out completely, because past Rites, like the ones in versions 3.4 and 4.4, followed this same pattern. This is also the time of year when Hoyoverse tends to go absolutely all out. We're talking 10 to 20 free intertwined fates, a free 4-star Liyue character selector, and they've even thrown in a free 4-star outfit for a Liu character in the past. So even if you're on a saving spree and not planning to pull for anyone, the Rite patch is almost always the most generous of the entire year for pure Primogem income and upgrade materials. That's exactly why this new leak immediately set off fireworks across social media. So, let's get into the juicy details. According to HXG's post, the Rite skins this year are going to Neuvillette and Chongyun. And yeah, you can already picture the reaction. On one hand, a lot of players are absolutely thrilled, especially the Chongyun mains who have been waiting for what feels like an eternity for their boy to get some love. People are joking that the 5 Chongyun mains out there have finally won the lottery. Others are celebrating that the original national team is finally complete, since Xiangling, Bennett, and Xingqiu already have their own skins. If this turns out to be true, it would mark Chongyun's first major moment in the spotlight since his hangout event way back in the game's early days, which is a massive nostalgia hit for all the veteran players. But on the other hand, Neuvillette's inclusion has triggered a massive wave of confusion and, of course, some hilarious memes. Because, let's think about this for a second. This is the Rite, a Liu exclusive event, and Neuvillette is a Fontaine character, Fans immediately started joking that Hoyoverse just can't resist the color blue, and that Neuvillette is already every shade of blue imaginable. But others were more genuinely frustrated, leaving comments like, "Leave it to Hoyo to skip Zhongli and Xiao again?" Or, "We're never getting Archon skins at this rate." There's a very real sentiment in the community that this could have, and maybe should have, been the perfect year to finally give the Geo Archon his due. Not only is 2026 the year of the dragon, which fits Zhongli's whole aesthetic perfectly, but also because the last few Lantern Rites have focused heavily on female characters. A Geo Archon outfit would have been an amazing way to balance things out. Some fans have even pointed out that Hoyoverse already missed an ideal opportunity during the Liyue Museum collaboration event, which lined up perfectly with dragon symbolism. It feels like a double whammy of missed chances for Zhongli enjoyers. Now, before we write off the Neuvillette skin as completely random, let's look at this from another angle. Remember, this wouldn't be the first time a non-Liu character got a skin during Lantern Rite. Think back to 2023, when both Ayaka and Lisa got outfits, and neither of them are from Liyue. So a Neuvillette skin could be framed as more of a cross-nation special, maybe tied to lunar or dragon-themed lore that exists outside the festival itself. There's also some heavy speculation that this might not be just any skin. It could be a premium 5-star skin, similar to Deluxe's Red Dead of Night outfit, complete with brand new animations and hydro visual effects. Imagine a white and gold redesign with lightning-like hydro bursts. None of this is confirmed, of course, but it does match previous insider chatter that Hoyoverse has had a completed Neuvillette skin model ready and waiting for the right patch. And you have to admit, it's kind of poetic if you think about it. The Hydro Dragon Sovereign making a grand appearance during the most dragon-symbolic festival of all. A lot of players are even joking that Neuvillette's beef with the Archons now extends to stealing their skin slots too, which thematically might not be that far from the truth. He's one of the few characters who could naturally connect to Liu's mythos through the whole Sovereign versus Archon dynamic. Meanwhile, the Chongyun skin, if it's real, carries a ton of narrative potential. Fans are already hoping it ties into his relationship with Shenhe, or maybe features him performing during the festival in a traditional exorcist-style outfit. Some players have joked about him getting a drummer boy skin, while others have imagined a more Wukong-inspired design to maybe match Neuvillette's rumored style. This could finally be a chance for Chongyun to show a little more personality after years of being on the sidelines. It's also notable that this would make him one of the few standard 4-star characters to get a Lantern Rite exclusive skin, continuing the pattern from previous years where Hoyoverse gives out one free outfit as part of the event rewards. And speaking of freebies, that brings us back to what else we can expect from Lantern Rite 2026, beyond just the cosmetics. Based on the event's usual structure, we'll likely get a main festival questline, several mini-games, and a new thematic storyline to introduce the new 4-star character. HXG mentioned this new unit will again be based on traditional Chinese culture, something we've seen every year since characters like Yao Yao, Yunjin, and Gaming debuted. These festival units are usually great for filling gaps in Liyue's roster while introducing fun new mechanics or elemental synergies tied to the region's lore. But get this, version 6.3 isn't just about the festival, it's shaping up to be a monumental content drop overall. Earlier leaks suggest that Columbina, one of the Fatui Harbingers, will debut in the first half of the update as a Hydro 5-star support with unique elemental reaction synergies connected to the Natlan story arc. Meanwhile, the mysterious White Horse Adeptus, known as Cloud Retainer's friend, could appear in the second half as a new Anemo support tied to Liyue's moon and time lore. If Hoyoverse really bundles all of this together, a new region expansion from the previous patch, 2 new 5-stars, a massive festival, and 2 new skins, then 6.3 might end up being one of the most overloaded patches we've seen since the golden era of Fontaine. So, let's circle back to the heart of the discussion. Why is the reaction to these skin leaks so incredibly polarized? Well, on one side, you have players who are genuinely excited that Hoyoverse is finally giving male characters more cosmetic love. We've had a long drought since Deluxe skin back in version 2.8. If both Chongyun and Neuvillette are getting outfits, that's a pretty big deal, and a step in the right direction for representation. On the other side, many fans feel like this is a massive missed opportunity, that Zhongli, Xiao, and Ganyu have been overdue for years. and that giving a Fontaine character a Lantern Rite skin just feels off-theme. One comment I saw perfectly sums it up. I like Neuvillette, but giving him a Lantern Rite skin instead of Zhongli is just weird. I'll still buy it, but it feels wrong. This also ties into the larger, ongoing debate about Hoyoverse's painfully slow rollout of skins in general. Players are quick to point out that after 5 years and nearly 100 playable characters, we still have fewer than 20 outfits in total. Some say it's incredibly frustrating to go so many patches without seeing a character you love get any kind of cosmetic update, while others just joke that we'll finally get a Beidou skin in 2027. It's a feeling of equal parts exasperation and affection. People clearly care deeply about these cosmetics, and they just want the love to feel more balanced across the entire roster. So what do you guys think? I'm genuinely curious. Let me know down in the comments. Do you love the idea of a Neuvillette Lantern Rite skin? Or are you still holding out hope for Zhongli and Xiao to finally get theirs? Would you rather see Hoyoverse focus on these premium 5-star skins with flashy new visual effects? Or do you prefer more frequent, accessible 4-star event outfits? Drop your thoughts below, because the community feels completely split right now, and I want to hear your take. That's going to wrap up today's breakdown on the new Lantern Rite leaks and what we can expect from the potentially massive version 6.3. Remember, none of this is officially confirmed yet. So, as always, take it all with a grain of salt until Hoyoverse shows it off during a special program. But if even half of this turns out to be real, we are in for one of the most exciting and content-rich patches in a very long time. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you want more updates, analysis, and community reactions like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We've got a lot more to talk about as we get closer to the next special program. Save up to 25% on current banners at lootbar.gg, links in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.